Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Mona's Take. I am your host, Mona Rose, and we are here to talk about everything reality TV. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I've got coming up. This is a spoiler alert. If you guys don't want to know who won HOH or who are the have-nots till Sunday, then I suggest you pause the video and come back and watch after Sunday night's episode. People are acting on a whole nother level on that. Can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Okay. I was so hoping that they would start out the show tonight with the news of Paloma being gone and what was going to happen. But they didn't. They went back and they played some replays to show that Taylor was not lying, and a couple of conversations that she had with Paloma and different people. A little bit of Paloma's, I don't want to say mental health condition. I don't want to say whatever was going on with Paloma. They showed a little bit of that. I think they were respectful in the editing. There was a whole lot more they could have shown, but they didn't. So I was kind of happy to see that in a way that they gave her some grace. Because if you're truly having a mental break, and I think it was just exhaustion. She wasn't sleeping. She wasn't eating. It was 24/7 game. I think she was getting 2 to 4 hours sleep a night. And nobody can last on that for very long. I do hope that she gets the help that she needs when she gets out, and that she gets some rest, and that she recovers well. CBS didn't really address it much. They showed the clips of the other house guests and what they thought, and that they were concerned about Paloma and her erratic behavior. And I don't mean concerned like scared. I think they were truly concerned for her health. Which I saw one tweet on Twitter tonight that was actually dead on. Is it said, Paloma's going around talking all this craziness, being aggressive, kind of losing it a little bit. But nobody's afraid of her. You have Taylor, who's doing nothing. And they're all talking about how she's going to flip out when she gets nominated. She's going to be hell to live with. She's going to do this, that. She took that and handled that better than anybody I've ever seen on Big Brother. She was very dignified. But they're still all scared of her, which makes no sense at all to me. Brittany was America's vote, which we figured that. But Big Brother didn't tell her that. I think if they would have told her that, it would have boosted her confidence a little bit more. But they didn't tell her that. Just so you guys know, Thursday night's videos are probably going to be pajama night because it is 5 o'clock in the morning and the house guests are still up and still going. So I got the most pertinent information, get it out there, get it loaded, uploaded, and then I'll start anew tomorrow with the rest of what happened after 5 a.m. Actually, I should say, tomorrow's video will start from now on. The HOH competition, we saw that it's a two-parter, which they did finish tonight. I thought they were going to do that live on Sunday, but they didn't. They recorded it, so HOH has been crowned. But it was Michael, Amir, Joseph, Taylor, Jasmine, Kyle, and Monty that were competing for it. And I don't know what kind of challenge it was, but they've got pink and blue paint all over. Jasmine rolled her ankle. We saw that. And I was kind of concerned that she wouldn't be able to continue competing. But she did. And in my notes, before I found out that they were doing the HOH tonight, I said I didn't like the two-part because I want to know who won HOH. I don't want to wait until Sunday. This is Thursday. It's 4 days. A lot can happen then. and that wouldn't give the house guest enough time to do their gameplay and game talk and all that if they did this live on Sunday. Because over the weekend we will have the Power of Veto competition, we'll have the nominations, and probably the veto ceremony and replacement nominee if there is one. So our HOH winner tonight was Jasmine. On a rolled ankle, she's on crutches right now. She's got it wrapped up. She won the HOH competition. I honestly, before I watched any of the live feeds, after I saw that Jasmine had won, I immediately expected her to put up Taylor and Brittany. But as they got to talking, it shows her sitting in the living room telling some of the girls, well, she thinks she just come off the block, but she don't know she's going right back on it. I want her out of here. So Jasmine is still 100% get Taylor out. Pooch and Alyssa are talking, and Pooch is like, you've got to talk to Jasmine and tell her not to put Taylor on the block right off the bat, because then she gets the chance to play for the POV and she has a chance to take herself off the block. So I would put strong people up. That way everybody has a chance to win the Power of Veto. Whoever wins it takes one down, and then they can backdoor Taylor. That way she doesn't have the option to play, because she's such a threat. And she did kill that HOH competition tonight, the first part of it. She was flying. Have-nots. They're doing like they've done in previous shows, where whoever was the have-not, they pick a replacement for themselves. So Jasmine didn't have to pick the have-nots. 2 volunteered and 2 were picked. So Monty chooses Pooch. He asked for volunteers, nobody volunteered, so he chose Pooch. Joseph was kind of looking around, looked at Nicole, she gave him a nod. He said, are you sure? And yeah, so she basically volunteered, he picked her. Michael asked for volunteers, no volunteers, so he picked Terrence. Kyle was looking around the room, oh man, who am I going to pick? And Daniel stepped up and said, hey dude, I'll do it for you. It's kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, because Kyle did volunteer for Daniel. Let's talk about that HOH room for a minute. That's got to be the worst HOH room that I've seen in all seasons of Big Brother. They are sleeping on blow-up floaties, and they have towels, for beach towels for blankets. The watermelon, nobody's sleeping on the watermelon because it's so thin, it's not even like, it's just decoration at this point. Daniel chooses the pink bed that's kind of off the floor, which it's a little bit more like a bed, but it's super short. Same thing with the pineapple. It's a little thicker, but super short. Nicole picked that one. Terrence and Pooch are sleeping on the butterfly. The butterfly is pretty big, but again, none of this stuff is long. They might as well be sleeping on the floor. So I give them props, because that, like I said, that's the worst HOH room that they've come up with yet. It seems like most of the house is still for Taylor going. They're all talking about it. Her name's coming up with everybody. Well, I won't say everybody. Her name has come up with the majority of the house. And they're all up for the backdoor plan. They don't want her put on the block right away, where she has a chance to get herself out of it. And I'm just hoping that at this point that she can turn it around, because it looks like it's going to be a repeat of week 1. We'll see how that goes. Alyssa seems to be clinging on to Jasmine more now that Paloma's gone. She's talking about being her guard dog, setting appointments for her so that nobody bothers her. Like I said, she's on crutches. She's got her foot wrapped up, and she's trying to figure out how she's going to navigate up and down the stairs and everything. And they're all like, well, we'll help you. We'll help you get to where you need to be, yada, yada, yada. So at this point, they're all still awake. They're waiting to go into the DR. They can't shower until they go into the DR, which is kind of odd because they're calling everyone who didn't compete into the DR first instead of the ones that did compete. So the ones that did compete are having to sit there with the dye and the paint and everything all over them until they can shower. We'll see how that goes tonight. This is a super short video just to let you know Jasmine, the HOH, who the have-nots are, and I will follow up tomorrow evening after I'm sure they're going to have a day filled with meetings and discussions once Jasmine's able to get into the HOH room. So that's all for tonight. You guys have a great day, and as always, much love.